Well, hello and welcome to Saturday. Deacon Dave here. We are so ready to make promises, and we say we will do anything. The Jewish people said, yes, we will follow your decrees and your laws, God. We can see over time the wisdom and the love which we show. But within moments, it would seem the people began doing their own thing. Stealing God's thunder. It was like the young lady who got her face lifted. She was at a costume party and someone stole her mask. I'll see you in a bit for today's readings. It all started with the little words in one's head. Well, one little blank won't hurt. But yet if everyone is thinking this, it brings everything good to a halt. The people heard the laws and the decrees, but even more importantly, God made known just how much He wanted them to be His people. These items are no different than today. It still brings the obvious questions which Paul would ask. Why is it I do those things which I know to be wrong? Well, Paul got credit for the saying, but I'm going to imagine this question has come up through many minds since mankind existed. But over time, we forget our promises and we lose our rewards. But the great news is that God sent His only Son to come down here and open the doors to heaven. Now, beside the obvious, Jesus also made things easier for us. He gave us some clear directions for those things which we should do. But that doesn't mean it was any easier to fulfill the desire. Sometimes it's tough enough to love our friends and family, and He wants us to love our enemies? Be good to those who persecute you? It's a very tall order. However, can we expect it to be easy to do God's ways? He's the Father for every one of us, and He loves each of us more than any of us can imagine. That really means that we must do our best to love everyone, which at first glance seems pretty easy. But then we get into those details. That cousin who stole those things of Grandma? The neighbor who just simply won't return those garden tools? Well, they're both loved by God. Perhaps not their actions, but He is helping them along with their conversion. He's working on each of our conversions. So loving our enemies is not easy, but it's something which God asked of us. We should remember the promise God made way back in our first reading. If we keep His commandments and decrees, He will raise us high in praise. Jesus' final line in today's gospel is daunting. But because He says it, it must be possible. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. Daunting, but He asked us to do this. That is definitely something to think about. I'll see you on Monday. For the love of God, this is Deacon Dave. God bless.